She just caught the Jamestown ferry. It's not a hot day, January, like she said it'd be if she ever left me. A case of gone was all she carried as she got on the Jamestown ferry. And she said that gone was all he'd ever be. I didn't think that she'd leave me after saying how much she'd need me, but the fact still remains, I'm sitting there all alone, missing the loving of my baby. Lord, it's about to drive me crazy. She was the sweetest piece of ever I've ever known. She just caught the Jamestown ferry. It's not a hot day, January, like she said it'd be if she ever left me. A case of gone was all she carried as she got on the Jamestown ferry. And she said that gone was all she'd ever be. As I walk through that valley of honky-tonks and bars, I remember how she'd hold me, comfort me with talk. She didn't cuss with every breath. She had a soothing southern drawl, made me feel like a man through it all. She just caught the Jamestown ferry. It's not a hot day, January, like she said it'd be if she ever left me.
Okay guys, we are back in the office. We have installed the rear cast weights. Like I said earlier, we had that target weight of 2150 to give us 130. Now the range right there should be 120 to 145 pounds per PTO horsepower. So you can look at our weight there. We came out with the weights installed, and our front rack short two weights, we came out with a tractor weight of 20,500, and the front axle was there at 6740. So that puts our weight split. You want a 35-65 weight split. Well, we've got a 32% on the front and 67 on the rear. If we would put our other two front weights on, we would come back, we would be pretty accurate. So I made a note of that. I'm going to run it like this for now. So the next thing to do, we did take it for a test drive, and it was power hopping on us, and I got home and checked the air in the tires, and the back tires were at 20 and 15 on the duals. And so the next thing to figure out the correct inflation is to get the load charts here. Do that, you take the weight on the rear axle, which we did, found by subtracting the front axle weight, and our rear axle weight is right there. It was 13,760, and we divide that by 4 tires, and so our per tire weight is that number right there. And so without any 3-point implement, just a static load of the tractor, towed draft, which is typically how we will use the tractor, it's calling for 8 psi, and you set your inners higher than your outers. And so what we're going to do is we're going to set our inners at 10 psi and our outers at 8, And we did that same calculation again. We took the front axle weight there of the 6740 and divided it by 2. And we come up with a weight there, 3370. And so when we go to the load chart, that is calling for 16 psi in the fronts. And so we will correct the tractor for those pressures, and we will go see if she power hops. And if she power hops, then, there's a note here somewhere. Down at the bottom of this sheet, it tells you how to correct power hop. And so you can raise the front up to 8 psi above what their recommendation is, so that'd put us up to 24 psi. Luckily, we do have heavy tires on the front, and so they can take that 20 psi. I think they're A8s, and so they can easily take 24 psi. So that is the exercise, and the tractor is ballasted.